All right, let's be honest. We all both already knew this. The SMMA is dying, and it's getting harder and harder and harder to close clients, to make money, to scale agencies, and to even just message someone. I mean, you can send 100 DMs nowadays, and you'll get 0 opens. When back in the day, you could send 100 DMs and close 100 clients, but things aren't the same anymore, and that's because SMMA, fundamentally at its core, is flawed. And so today I'm going to share with you the new way that I and many other people are using to sign new clients that you can use as well. And granted, it's not a new business model. It's not a new thing you have to change. It's a new theory and a new philosophy you have to adopt that changes the way you approach getting clients. And as a byproduct, you sign more clients. So if this sounds cool and you want to learn how to sign more clients by having less objections, by being more ethical, and then by having more money in your bank account, then listen up, because that's what I'm going to share with you today. So SMMA is dead. We already know this. And there's a new model. I invented it. It's called VFGA, Value First Growth Agency. And what this means is that instead of trying to go out there and nagging clients and grabbing them by their pants and shaking them down saying, please give me your money, please give me your money, which is what most agency owners, especially SMMA agency owners, do. Instead, we do the exact opposite. We use fundamental core human principles, the rule of reciprocity, to give first. Instead of asking for them for their time, for them to hop on a call, for their money, we give them. And so what this looks like in practice, and we'll go more in detail, is instead of going up to someone and saying, hey man, can I please book a meeting with you, which is essentially what most people are doing. They may not word it that way, but that's really what it is. Instead of that, we want to give them something first. Hey man, I noticed your funnel was a little off, so I made you a new bit of copy you can use for your funnel that you can use to convert more clients. Or, hey, I was taking a look at your social media pages and I noticed that you had a broken link. Here's a new link you can use that will get you more traffic, okay? Or, hey, I noticed that the call to actions in your post weren't converting because you aren't using this new ManyChat feature. Here's a link you can sign up for free. There's no affiliates. So you can use this, go make more money, right? Or, hey, I was taking a look at some of your ads and I noticed that some of your creatives weren't performing as well and perhaps it wasn't stopping the scroll. And so what I've done is made you 3 new creatives that you can use, or I've given you 3 new inspiration that you can use for new creatives to make more money. And now granted, the list goes on and on and on and on and on because the definition of value is just something that somebody ascribes meaning to. And so therefore, when I say give value first, it doesn't have to be a service, it doesn't have to be a product. But here's the deal. In this day and age, so many people are so focused on scalability and so focused on margins and all this bullshit that they optimize their business for something that doesn't even exist. I hear so many people all the time who have 0 clients talking about how, oh yeah, I'm trying to make sure I can optimize for leverage and scale and all this fucking bullshit. Right? And I'm like, how many clients do you have? They're like, 0. I'm like, so why are you focusing on scale? Anything multiplied by 0 is still 0. In the beginning, you need to stop focusing on scale and leverage and all that bullshit. You just need to do the work that needs to get done. And here's the thing. In this day and age where everybody in the world, like, get this, you all know how many people watch this type of content, how many people run agencies, etc. You know how many people you're competing with. So in this world where everyone is sending the same stupid message, the only way for you to stand out is to actually do something different. Not just write a different message, okay, or have a different funny joke at the beginning of your opening email, okay, or change your subject line. No, you have to fundamentally change the way that you approach getting clients. And VFGA does exactly that, because instead of doing what everyone else does, which is asking, we give. We start off the conversation by giving. And then it makes people interested. And the rule of reciprocity states that the more you give, the more you get. And when you give something to someone, they feel a natural inclination to want to give back to you. Now, this may not happen right away. So I want to set the expectation that you may not book a meeting or close the client right away from this. But imagine if for the last year, instead of sending stupid cold DMs that amounted to nothing, that only ended up in people blocking you and hating you, you sent people value. You gave people information. You gave them advice. You helped them out. Imagine if every single message you sent, instead of asking for something, you gave. Right now, how much more money do you think you'd be making? Maybe a couple dollars more? Maybe a couple thousand more, maybe even a couple 100,000 more. I don't know the answer. Whatever that number is, hold it in your head, because that's the power of giving value first. That's the power of not only doing things differently, but doing things that most can't do. Because guess what? This is difficult. I'll admit and say that this isn't like, you don't just click one button and sit here and have AI take care of it for you. No, this takes work. But guess what? That's why it works. Because people in this day and age are so fed up with everyone using stupid AI to pitch them all the time that they don't give a shit anymore. And so the only thing that will make them actually care about you is if you stand out. And that only way to do that is by fundamentally changing the way you approach business, changing the way you approach getting clients. That's why SMMA is dying. That's why all these business models are dying, and VFGA is the way to go. Giving value first. Like, for what I'm doing here. I do it for my business as well. I give value, I help people out, I help, until eventually, like, man, Stefan, you've helped me so much. I want to work with you. I'm like, great, let's do it. I don't hop on a sales calls, none of that bullshit. Once someone wants to work with me, then they do. Imagine if you could have clients coming to you, how amazing that would be. How would your life change if clients could come to you instead of you going to them? Well, that's what this method allows you to do. And so also in this world where, like I said, everyone's pitching, you stand out now. Because now people are like, whoa, this guy's different. This guy didn't just ask me something, he gave me. Well, who is this guy? What does he have to offer? People are interested in these things because they're like, why didn't he pitch me? Why didn't he pitch me? How does he know so much about ads but didn't pitch me anything? Who is this guy? What does he do? Hey man, can you run ads? And next thing you know, people start asking you questions. And next thing you know, you have conversations flowing. And then when people start asking you questions, you say, hey man, let's book a call. Instead of them not wanting to book a call, they're excited like, oh my goodness, I get to hop on a call with this guy that just helped me out for free? Dude, yes. And now they want to hop on a call with you and they want to work with you because they see what you've already done. They're like, wow, I like this guy. This guy's good. And they're like, how can we work more together? There's this story from this guy. I remember it very vaguely, but he's in Australia. And he was at this running club. And after the run was over, this guy came up and chatted with him. They were just chatting. He was like, yeah, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I do this, I have a podcast. I'm like, oh, it's awesome, man. How's it going? And he starts talking to him, just asking him questions, just genuinely curious. Just keeps asking him questions, right? Just keeps asking them. And the guy starts talking about his problems and all the things he's facing, yada, yada, yada. And then the guy makes him a bit of a suggestion. Like, hey, man, you've already got this in place. You just got to do this, and this. He's like, oh, thanks, right? He's like, yeah, man, no worries. And then the guy asks him, well, what do you do? He's like, oh, I work with some guys on like their podcasts and stuff. And he shares some of the results and some of the stuff he's done. And the guy's like, whoa, that's super cool. Like, can I work with you? And the guy's like, I don't think so. And this guy is like, what do you mean? And for the next couple of weeks, he tried to keep talking to this guy to see if he could help him out. Imagine if that could happen to you. Instead of you being on the opposite end and chasing clients, you have clients chasing you. Well, that's what happens when you approach your outreach, your acquisition from this method. From the, hey man, instead of me trying to just bombard you and do the stupid shit everyone else is trying to do, let me stand out. Let me personalize my message. Let me actually give you some value first. Let me help you out. Right? You expect strangers to just give you their money out of nowhere? Why not give them a reason to give you their money? Help them out. Give them some value first. Give them some advice. Make them more money. Right? Do something for them that they didn't ask for. That's the key. And the thing is, people are trying to do this, but they do it wrong. I have people message me all the time. Hey, Stefan, I'm filming you a free video. Can I send it to you? Don't ask me. Just send it to me. Hey, Stefan, I got some video ideas. Can I send it to you? No, don't ask. Just send it. Just be like, hey, Stefan, I was watching YouTube content. I loved it. Here's 10 free videos. You don't have to use them, but I just love what you're doing. And I feel like I felt like it was only right for me to just give you some value back. Right? Or, if you're doing this for your clients, it's like, hey man, I've been watching some stuff. I really like what you're doing. And so I figured, I would just repay you by making you some new ads you can use and hopefully it makes you some more money. And then they're like, wow, thank you. Like that's genuine. And then they can use it, right? So if you're going to pitch me, granted everyone's going to do this now, but instead of saying, hey Stefan, can I edit you a free video? Just instead be like, hey Stefan, I've watched your content. It's awesome. I truly like it. And be specific. Don't be like, yeah, you're a funny guy. Like, no, be specific, okay? And so I've edited you a couple free videos or given you some free titles or made you a new funnel. You don't have to use it, but I just wanted to give it to you in case it helps you out. Now, the key with this is you can't have expectations. You can't expect that I or your clients are going to say, yes, let's hop on a call. You have to give with no expectations. Give with no expectations. That's the key here, is you just have to give for the sake of giving. When I post a YouTube video, I hope it gets a lot of views, but I don't really give a fuck. Because I don't give with the expectation that I'm going to get a lot of views. I give for the sake of giving. And that's what allows me to post so much, so often, and give so much value. Is because I don't give to receive. I give to give. And when you give to give, you can just keep on giving. That's why no one in this game is more consistent than me. I've filmed 8 YouTube videos in the last 3 days alone. Or actually, I think it was the last 2 days. Last 2 days I filmed 8 YouTube videos. I have YouTube videos scheduled for like the next month out. Because I just love to give. I love to just share my insights, share my value, and inspire other people. And that's what happens when you give for the sake of giving, not for the sake of receiving. Your whole business will change. And the thing is, in the short term, it may be a little difficult. But after a while, things start to stack up and they start to compound. Right? This thing compounds. The rule of reciprocity compounds. You just keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And eventually the world has no choice but to say, okay, fine, here you go. Fine, here's the money, here's the clients, here's the girl, here's the car, here's the watch, here's the whatever. That's what will happen when you just keep giving. But you have to give with no expectation, and that's the key. So, welcome to the new VFGA model. I have some other content on my channel about this if you want to go watch it or if you want to learn it more directly from me for free. Every single Monday, I host free calls on my Discord where you can jump on, ask me questions, get clarity from me, a bunch of that cool stuff. So you can click the link below. You can join that for free. Okay. Other than that, you can go watch my YouTube videos for more advice or more insights onto this new method because it's changing the game. I even got a text this morning. I kid you not. I'll read it out to you on Discord. Pull it up for you. This guy texted me and he said, funny enough, I just switched to the VFGA model without even realizing it started printing me meetings. This stuff works. It just works because it works with human psychology and human nature, not against it. Right? So run your business with the way humans operate, not against it. And you will see a lot more success.